I know it doesn't look like much here, guys. It's like an acre and a half of land. I just found out the house is gonna cost $875,000, right? I thought it was gonna be like 7.25, 750. Whatever, Instagram's gonna pay for it, and that's just the perks of being able to be in business and have your own products and services that you're selling. People always ask, like, how do you make money online, Ben? But the secret is, just like anything else, you gotta provide value. You gotta have a product or a service to sell. That's it, that's it. I'm not worried about the money because I sell people value. I sell people information that they don't get in college, that mom and dad don't know, that high school, that college, they just don't know. The professors don't know it. And I think a lot of people are waking up to, hey, the 9-to-5 stuff isn't working anymore. $50, $60, $70, $80,000 a year is nothing. You can't keep it. You can't afford to do things. You can't afford to have a good life. You really can't. Like, I'll break it down for you. You know, we're gonna talk about some pretty deep things here. Like, I'm 26 now. I turned 26 last month. I'm not like some wise dude or whatever, but I see a lot of people screwing up life that are half as old as me, twice as old as me, 5 times older than me, and I just don't get it. I guess 5 times older would be 104. I don't think I really know a whole lot of people. No, that'd be even more, huh? That would be like 130. I don't know any 130-year-olds, so that's a lie, but maybe 3 or 4 times older than me. But the thing is, I've just learned by following the steps of success. So I find people, and they don't even have to be in your industry. Like, find people that are just extremely successful, study their habits. And what's really important is I don't study like the bling and the, hey, I got a Rolls Royce, I rented a Lamborghini. There's a lot of influencers, they'll rent a Lamborghini. I get to live this lifestyle. Yeah, your lifestyle's rented. I don't study like how successful somebody is now. I study this, okay? Like airplane going on the runway and then it takes off. I wanna know what happened here. This is what I'm studying. I'm studying that part where the airplane takes off the runway. Speaking of that, just back here, you guys probably can't see it very well. I'll try to like zoom in for you guys. But if you go all the way in back here along that ridge, there's actually like a skydived place back there. So I skydived over this land like 3 weeks ago. Scared the shit out of me. Not really, but it was just like, hey. I'm sitting in somebody's lap. The guy's like 120 pounds. I'm like twice as big as him. I'm just sitting in this guy's lap. I'm like, I just met him 15 minutes ago. I'm gonna go jump out of an airplane at 124 miles an hour. Fundamentally, if you think about it, nothing about that sounds intelligent at all. But make hard decisions quickly, they say. And it's no different in entrepreneurship. You can't lag, you can't like think about it. I'll put one foot in the door, right? You gotta make decisions quickly, all right? Make hard decisions quickly. The longer you delay, the more time and money that you're wasting. But I don't study success, I study the journey to success. So pick a couple people that are doing what you want to do, that are extremely successful. Don't study like, hey, yeah, I get to go all over the world and this is what I do and I've got, you know, a jet and a 400-foot yacht and I'm worth $1 billion. Study this part where they weren't there and they started to become that, where the airplane took off the runway. Study where they went from 0 to 35,000 feet cruising altitude. Study that part. That's what you want to see, the ramp. Okay? You don't really study the before, you don't study the after. Study the ramp. What were the activities, what were the habits, what were the things they did and said, how they carried themselves, who they met, the connections they made, how they spent their money, how they didn't spend their money, where they invested their time and their money. Study that, okay? And it doesn't necessarily have to be just your industry. Like Warren Buffett is not directly in my industry. And I think that guy is extremely politically correct. I think he's an extremely good investor, and he's obviously phenomenal with money. I don't politically agree with him on most levels. But when it comes to money, I will study him like a hawk. There's other people that I'll study, you know? I'll study like Elon Musk, for example. You know, he is politically incorrect, which I love. He's just gonna tell you whatever the fuck he wants to say because that's what he thinks. I love that. And I personally think that's the right way to be. All right, no sugarcoating anything, no bullshit. This is how it is. You like it, you don't, you're comfortable, you're not, okay, whatever. But study the path to success. Don't study after the success, study the path to success. You know, and it's just been really cool because I had a corporate job. I went into sales, right? But I wanted to start my own business. And if you look on the Forbes 400 list and you look at common things, what you'll notice is most of the people, college dropouts. A lot of the people, like Jeff Bezos, for example, attended a Montessori school, promotes basically free thinking and being able to problem solve in multiple different ways at a young age with no specific right way to do it. But in school, we're taught, here's how you hold a pen, here's how you write, 1 + 1 = 2, and that's just how it is. And you're gonna learn by seeing this done, and you're gonna take tests and be really good at multiple choice. But in reality, we learn by being indoctrinated into the environment that's gonna make us successful. And in reality, we learn by immersing ourselves in that exact thing that we wanna do, that we want to achieve success in, okay? You don't learn to become a professional skateboarder by watching skateboarding and writing it down and thinking about it in theory. The brunt of your learning is through constantly skateboarding and being around people that are way better at skateboarding than you. Bucky Lasek, Tony Hawk, right? Steve Caballero, back in the 80s, he was an early skater. So you gotta learn by being in the environment. And if it's not comfortable, so what? Jump. You gotta make hard decisions quickly. That's what it's about. So I'm just gonna provide you guys a few tips here. Hey, if you're brand new to the channel, you're finding value so far, if this isn't regurgitated bullshit information like mom and dad talked about, hey, just be comfortable, just go get a job. If you're doing $100,000 a year, you're doing really well. If you think $100,000 a year is a lot, it's not, okay? If this is new information, if this is refreshing to you, okay, subscribe, drop a comment below, let me know what you think so far. Now, moving on, I'm gonna set these plans down. Literally, look how much stuff they give you. These are house plans. This was $5,900, not that bad. There's, I don't know if you guys can see some of the markers in here, but there's a 3,700 square foot house going up here. It's basically 2 stories, but like one side is the loft, and then we've got these giant ceilings that are like 34 feet tall. And then over on this side, there's gonna be a shop over here, like a 5-bay shop, 2,000 square feet, a 3-car garage. We'll have a big deck off the back, and then I can try to move this here so you guys can see, but there's basically mountains all out that way. It's hard to see right now. There's mountains all out that way. Really cool. Beautiful view, and we get all 4 seasons here. I'm gonna set this down really quick, guys. So a few tips. 1, don't study 20 people. Study 1 or 2 people that are doing what you want to do, but they're doing it extremely well at a way higher level, okay? That's thing 1. Because you're going to be able to find and compare them, all right? What are their character traits? What are their daily methods of operation, DMOs? What are their habits and rituals? How do they carry themselves? How do they act and react to people in certain situations? How do they dress? How do they talk? The facial expressions. Look at the body language. Look at how they carry themselves, okay? So that's tip 1. Study a couple people that are doing what you want to do at a way higher level, okay? Step 2, stop giving a fuck. Tip 2, stop giving a fuck about other people's opinions that don't have what you want. This includes family, friends, parents, teachers, everybody. If they do not have what you want, it doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense. If they do not have what you want, there's no point in listening to them. You can respect them. You can even respect their opinion, but don't listen to it. Don't take the opinion of somebody that earns $70,000 a year on whether or not you should invest in something. Okay? And it's funny because the average financial advisor, you can go Google this isn't bullshit information, makes $72,000 a year. American mediocrity. If you're at $72K a year, you're poor, all right? You're gonna have about 21% tax, L&I, Social Security, Medicare, all right? You got a mortgage, you got a car payment, rent, health insurance, you have no money left. You can't save, you can't multiply, you don't have enough to invest, okay? All right? And the third step that I would suggest is raise that number. Raise your number. $100,000 is not much. $200,000 is not much. $1 million, 7 figures is not much. Government's gonna take half, you have half left. Life happens, you can't afford for bad things to happen. Start elevating your mindset, learn from the people that are already succeeding at what you wanna do, and stop listening to opinions of other people that don't have what you want. Hey, make sure to subscribe, tap that notification bell, smash that like button, drop a comment, and I'll see all you beautiful people next time.